I'm Jeff Cross. I'm the tasting panel chairman for this tasting panel event, and the idea is to select one beer which has been brewed by some craft brewers, and that beer will be made on a commercial scale and will be sold hopefully around Burton during the Washlands Festival. What we do today is sample a number of bottled beers which the craft brewers have made, and we select the best one which we think is the tastiest, the best looking, and one which will allow itself to be brewed commercially in larger quantities than half a dozen bottles, for example. And this will be distributed around Burton during the Washlands Festival. The Washlands Beer Festival will take place on July the 27th, 2013, and it will be held on the Washlands ground next to the River Trent in Burton.
I'm May Arthur. I'm co-chair of the Washlands Festival Burton 2013, and today we're at Tutbury Castle and the judging of the Homebrew Competition is going to take place. The winning beer will then go down to the Tower Brewery to be brewed, ready to go into the main festival event, which is on the 27th of July on the Bass Cricket Ground, which is now the Washlands Sports and Social Club.
Right, here today to have a competition for home brewers that have brewed their beer in their own homes, in the garages quite often, to commercial quality standards. I want Burton to be highlighted in the fact that brewing is still very much alive in the town, that we've got some very skilled people in the town that are not qualified in any way to brew beer, but producing some of the most fantastic ales that just are hidden away, that never get seen by the public. So I'm here today to highlight these people to the public of Burton-on-Trent, and hopefully today we get a worthy winner that will then go through to the main competition, which will be taking on all of the Burton breweries, and including the competition winner today, for a beer of Burton-on-Trent. Today we've got 6 judges, excluding the judging panel chair, which is Jeff Cross from Camera. We've got Andrew Griffiths, Burton's MP. I've got 2 Barrys, Barry James and Barry James Jr. They are Caskmark gentlemen. I've got Quentin Brearley from the Tollgate Brewery. I've got Leslie Smith from the Castle. And I've got one other, I think, I can't remember who that is. Sorry about that one. Is what we're going to do today. We're going to judge all the beers, not on style, not on anything else. They're just going to be put in front of the judges. Jeff Cross will lead the judges in what to do, how to taste, and so on and so forth. We will then have cheese and biscuits in between each beer, so that you can clear the palate, so you're not getting residual flavours from the previous beer, to make a fair judgment on all of the beers. So the beers will all be tasted over on the table over there. I've got some sample malts and hops for the judges to have a look at, have a taste if they wish to, so that they know what we're using our beers to produce these, commercial quality beers.
Give me your full name then.
My name's Ian Rossmain. I'm a craft brewer.
And we're very lucky to have him here, along with a number of other talented people who are coming to find out about real beer here at Tutbury Castle, in the heart of England. Despite the fact we're in England, of course, you will know that Burtonisation is a word that's used to describe preparing water all over the world to ensure that the beer's of good enough quality. We've got judges here today who are exceptionally talented. We've got this craftsman with us today in here. And I'm going to be one of the judges as well, tasting the beer. This is home brew, but this isn't going to be any old home brew. This is going to be from people who have beer and the making of beer in their absolute heart and soul. I actually dislike beer intensely, but I expect within 10 minutes of getting involved in this home brew, I'm going to like it. And at the end of the session, I probably will love the rest of the world too. So I'm looking forward to trying it. And probably because my palate is untrained. I've got this expertise here to show me how to get it right. This is all to do with the Washlands Festival, which is going to put us absolutely on the map. So don't forget, come to the Washlands Festival. So tell us a bit about yourself. Tell us about the type of work that you do as a brewer.
As a brewer, well, I'm an amateur brewer, so I'm not a professional brewer, of course, but it's just a great hobby, great people, as you see all around here. I've learned a great deal from others, so it's a very communal sort of thing. There's a lot of science and a lot of numbers, a lot of sourcing of materials and a lot of craft as well. So it's a great hobby to do, and of course you get great beer, and you can make beer exactly how you want it. And we're going to hopefully turn you around on the beer as well. That's the thing. So.
And I hope you have lots of good neighbours as well, because they're going to like all that beer.
Yeah, you have a lot of friends when you brew. That's for sure.
Now tell me this then, when you're sourcing materials, are you very conscious about making sure you get the right sorts of hops and the right sort of, is that the kind of thing you have to
Absolutely right, yeah, you want to get the best quality
Balance.
ingredients. I mean, the beauty of home brewing and craft brewing is that you're not an accountant. You don't have to make 8 million barrels of the stuff a year and make it pay. You can actually spend some time to get the right ingredients, get the right things. So
Fantastic.
yeah, and it's all about the quality, and you can make beer exactly how you want. So
To your taste as well. But I should say, you see, this level of enthusiasm is what produces fantastic beer. And also, there's another thing. Amateur is Latin rooted, and it means lover of. So here today, we have lots of lovers of good beer. And by the time we finish this judging, you'll find I'm a lover too of beer. Nobody else can face me. So enjoy it. I hope you do.
cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's somebody else I'd like you to meet. Tell me about yourself. Who are you?
I'm John Eames. I've been making my own beer now for approaching 20 years.
20 years.
Only went over to using malt and hops rather than kits about 10 years ago.
So you use real malt, real hops,
hops, yeah.
instead of opening tins and things, which I know that some people do. Wow. Did you have to weigh it very carefully?
Reasonably carefully with the small volumes.
And do you have to taste it while it's growing? And do you get like that scum on the top? What do they call that when you
No, I don't taste that.
I was going to say that sounds a bit horrid, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But how long does it take really from start to finish to get a good brew on the go?
It normally takes best part of a day
To cook everything
to,
right,
to make it up.
mix it all
to
up.
make it up, and then about a week to ferment.
Oh, it's quite quick then. So
And
you
then-
could do a nice batch up, and then a week later be drinking it.
Now, I like to leave it to mature
I wondered.
for a month or two.
Month or two. How long does it last, beer?
In bottles, I've had it last over 12 months.
Have you?
Sometimes it gets better and sometimes it doesn't.
Yes, it's a bit like women, that, isn't it?
It's the look at the draw.
No, I can see that it would be the luck of the draw, and how you balance everything. And water is very essential, I'm told, all the time. It's very important, water all the time. And today we're going to be trying these home brews, and I love the idea that people are making fantastic quality stuff at home. I mean, as somebody just said, we don't have accountants to make so many barrels. This is about pure quality and the way that brewing would have been done and competed here at Tutbury Castle for hundreds of years. I bet there were competitions then. I could imagine there would
yeah.
be. There would be, wouldn't there?
And probably a lot of enjoyment drinking it.
I'm sure there would be. And there'll be some great banquets here, you know, and nights in Shining Arm, and all these people would enjoy it, as well as wine. We know beer was very widely drunk. In fact, the earliest beer that we've got record of is 2000 BC. There is evidence of beer made of heather that was being drunk. And some people say it was a little later, but generally people feel around that time people were definitely drinking a form of beer made from heather. I have tried it. It's exceptionally horrible, but nevertheless people did drink it. People used to think when people got drunk from alcohol, certainly during the Vikings and earlier still, that the gods were speaking through them. Well, no doubt we'll try a bit of heaven here today. We don't think it's the gods, but we know it's going to be heaven. So if I could just say, we're fortunate enough today to have Andrew Griffiths MP with us. He's a very hard-working MP, and he's come to support his own constituency with brewing. Of course, supporting local industry is vitally important, and Andrew takes this very seriously and works very hard within the community. So we're delighted and privileged to have him here today as a judge. And do you like beer usually?
I do. Well, I've got the honour of being the chairman of the All-Party Parliamentary Beer Group, which is a group of MPs and peers who spend their time in Parliament trying to promote everything that's great about British beer, brewing and pubs. So I have the honour every year of judging the championship beer at the Great British Beer Festival. But
Wow, we've got the right man for the job and a bit, haven't we? And how right and proper indeed that Andrew should indeed be the person who's here today as a judge. Also, don't forget in history, beer's always been a political creature along with other alcohols, so that was imported and taxed and all things were considered. So we're delighted to welcome him here today because we're going to have a fantastically good competition, I'm sure.
Marvellous.
Thank you very much.
So, what we have to do is look at the beers and first of all enjoy them. That's why we drink beer, for enjoyment. We're going to taste them and look at them and smell them and recognise the effects afterwards from the taste point of view, and then decide which is our favourite individually, and then the individual scores will go and produce the one that we think as a body is the best.
And then where's it going to be sold?
Hopefully a lot of pubs around Burton and at the festival at the Washland site, so we'll all have a chance to taste it on a commercial scale. What we need to remember, this is bottled beer. It's a sort of a snapshot or a sample of what the brew is capable of. Because it's bottled beer, it has a few characteristics which will be different from a mass brew. Like the head is difficult to control when it's in a bottle, depending on the length it's been stored, how quickly it's poured. There might be a little bit of sediment, which is unfortunate with bottled beers. They try and keep it to the bottom, but if it's been shaken up slightly in the transport, it can look a bit hazy.
They're all bottle conditioned, are they?
They're all bottle conditioned, yes.
So when we're saying flag appearance, we've got to look at it. We're looking at the appearance for. We've got to bear in mind it's bottle fermented, but it should still be clear.
Yes, but it should still look nice.
Well, we can see whether it's going to be yeast or whether it's not.
We can, yes, and we'll taste it. We'll taste any haze because it'll be slightly.
One question: are we looking at this as a commercial product or what we are personally?
Personally, it's got to be a
So it doesn't
personal.
necessarily be a commercial product as long as you like it personally.
That's right.
I'm
Yes.
saying that because I don't think mine, but Martin is a good commercial.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
You choose the beer that you want to. You would drink a second pint of.
That's it. Yes. Yes.
There we go.
Beer
Put that in front of you, if I may.
Oh, you're not going to pour it for us?
You want me to pour it?
Oh
for
yes,
you?
please.
Right,
Yes.
so
We don't do any work apart from drink.
It's the same person pouring, it's very important.
Yes.
I get to.
Try and make
With
sure
my
that
job, I
everything
get to
is
judge
staying
the
there.
championship beer at the Great British Beer Festival.
So that's a commercial.
That's a commercial beer, but they always judge. Although it's a commercial beer, this year we chose a beer that was almost 9%. It was a barley wine, Bluebird, and it wasn't particularly commercial because not many people are going to buy 9%.
Thank you.
But it was out of all the beers we were given, it was the one we all said we'd like a second pint of.
Absolutely.
Might not be able to stand after the second pint of it.
I have judged at the Great
Have you?
British
GBBF, yes.
years ago.
Okay.
Well, Andrew, as you recall from the Nottingham Seaver one of their boxes is saleability.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
lovely
when you're
look.
looking at commercial beer. You're not necessarily judging
That's
it
it.
as you would prefer, whether it's a good product or not.
Exactly.
Yes. But
And that's
don't
still
worry about the total.
quite important.
Well, first of all is to look at the beer itself and does it look attractive to you?
Are you going to tell us what category it's supposed to be? Is it supposed to be a mild?
No, I think we're going to just taste them all, and whichever's the best that we think. And don't forget, everybody's taste is different.
Yes.
And
Thank God.
yeah, absolutely, yes.
No one can tell you what you taste.
I noticed that for every beer there's a drinker. I've noticed that.
Absolutely, yes.
Notice that.
For everybody I've tried.
I don't know. I think there is. I do. Yeah, I think there's quite a good aroma to that. If you're not too sure, put your hand over the top of the glass when you spin it. It'll hold the aroma in.
We're underway now, the competition's underway, and I've had my first tasting, and we talk about aroma, and we talk about appearance, taste, aftertaste. It's a serious old business, this brewing, isn't it? The competition's hotting up. Happily, there's lots of water on the table, and I've discovered I don't have to drink all of it, which is not in anybody's interest. See you in a minute.
Yes.
And I was trying to
what we're
get
doing.
This phone was switched off, so I rang Jack with her phone.
It's not as if it's
The only one we haven't got.
Condition in it, that's for sure. That's nice. Good that.
Oh, it's so different from the last one. I can't believe it. The smell of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's such a variation in beers.
Ooh. It meets you, that one, doesn't it, halfway?
Certainly does.
She's seen me be Elizabeth first and things. Yeah, that's right. I remember. Thank you for that. I'll get on top of that.
Use it to get regal or something named.
Honest,
I'll find it out.
Thank you. I'd be very interested. Anything I can do to little local things, that's what I'm interested in. Thank you so much.
Well, my name's Gareth Williams, and I'm involved with the castle here as Director of History, so mostly I'm a general historian, but interested in beer, so I wouldn't claim to be a specialist in beer history, but I know a certain amount. Beers as we know it have really developed since the end of the 15th century, because the main ingredients of modern beers, different proportions, but they tend to be more or less the same: hops, malt and water, and of course yeast to turn the malt into alcohol, and various other flavourings are sometimes used. Now, hops is important because it gives quite a touch to the flavour, but it also acts as a preservative in the beer. Now, the transition from unhopped ales to proper beers meant they kept better, and larger scale brewing started to take place, so it's a very important thing. I'm interested in the Middle Ages as my specialist period, and that period hops hadn't yet come into this country. They were starting to be used on the continent, but it's only at the very end of the Middle Ages that hops came over here. So various other things were used as flavours instead. So for example, nettles can be used. Dried nettles give a nice flavour. You have to be careful about getting the balance right. It can end up very sort of sharp and bitter tasting if there's too much in there. Heather could be used as an alternative, and various herbs and spices. These days we think of ginger beer largely as a non-alcoholic drink, but ginger as a flavouring within beer goes back a long way. Coriander as well, again, goes back quite a long way, makes a very nice flavouring in itself. And it's used in small quantities in, for example, some of the continental beers. So there's quite a wide variety of herbs and flavourings that have been used over the years. And it's interesting rediscovering some of those lost flavours. One of the great things about home brewing is it gives people the opportunity to experiment, find whatever combination of flavours that they like to get the effect that they like. And hopefully other people will like it too. And today's event is all about finding effects that other people will enjoy and recognise as a good combination.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Leslie.
Done, actually.
I'm ever so sorry.
So we've come to the end of a really interesting tasting session, and guess what? I've discovered I like beer, particularly high hop content. And we've got the brewers here, and the tension's mounting a bit, so we're going to have the answer in just a moment, which is the winning beer. And we very much hope it's somebody who's here with us today, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this extraordinary event here at Tutbury Castle. And I think we're going to have a lot more beer drunk here, not least of all by me.
I'm going to announce now the winner of the Washlands Festival Home Brewing Competition, and the winner is Ian Rossbane.
Cheers. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Well done, Ian.
Cheers. Can't believe it, really, because the beer was great.
Very good brew.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good.
Cheers.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
very,
cheers.
very good.
Oh,
Very good.
made up and a surprise as well.
So I will contact you very shortly, and
Okay.
we'll
I
discuss
can't believe it.
and get everything together.
You haven't
so
told
that
us
you
which
can
one.
come to,
We haven't seen which one won.
Ian Rossbane.
What's
Yes,
the
no,
name of it?
which
Thank you
beer?
very much.
Oh, yes,
Honestly.
you're very welcome.
No,
very
honestly,
special.
It was very
Congratulations.
hoppy. As the chairman of the All-Party Parliamentary Beer Group, it's my job to promote what's best in British beer and British brewing. And I have to say, Ian, that the beer you presented us today was of such a great quality, undoubtedly could be served in any pub anywhere in the country. You should be hugely proud of what you've achieved, and it's my pleasure to present you
Thank you very much.
with your certificate.
Excellent. Cheers.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done, Ian.
Thank you.
You've done really well. Thank you. Thank you for entering.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
There you go.
I've so enjoyed doing this. It's I look forward to maybe organising it again next year, and we'll hopefully have a different winner, maybe even the same winner.
Or not organising it, then you can put your beer in.
Well, indeed, yes.
Country here is pretty good.
Get somebody else to do it,
Delegate, Luke,
and I'll put mine in
delegate.
next year. So thank you everybody for turning up. Thank you for everybody for making this a fantastic event. Thank you to Leslie for handing over the castle to us for these few hours. Thank you very much to Andrew for coming along. I know you're a very busy man, Andrew.
Yes.
It's very appreciated. Thank you to Jeff for coming along from camera, leading our tasting panel.
Well, to be honest, it ran itself.
Come on, Jeff.
Well, yeah,
Come
it
on,
usually
baby
does. Thank you to Quentin from the Tollgate Brewery for coming along and shedding a few hours of his time. And to the two Barrys as well, one of which I know very well. Thank you to them as well. It's been fantastic. We'll see you all next year.